What up, everybody? Welcome to the next episode of Motivated Minds. I am Coach Damone.
I'm DJ NS.
I'm Coach Q.
How y'all doing? How y'all mental health doing
Man,
this week?
hanging in there, hanging in there. Keeping it positive, keeping it, um, that you saying that I'm trying to think have I had some mental health challenges lately. You know, mentally, yeah. Lately, it's kind of everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Being that more just being a parent, I must say. You know what I'm saying? That's what's been like how my mom used to say back in the day, wrecking my nerves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just being a parent, my son being a teen, has been wrecking my nerves. So that's what's been keeping the stress up, the mind going crazy in a sense.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's where I've been. I'm sorry to just be but
Yeah.
I just wanted to keep it real and just kind of, you know what I'm saying?
That's what we
Really
do
let it
here.
know, what it is,
I
you know?
understand that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me myself, my mentals, I'm good. I'm better now because I know school is going to be starting up soon, soon enough. But at first, when school got out, I was happy to be done. You know, but after so long of not seeing my students, not being at the school, the routine's been cut off.
Yeah.
Now it's I got more time to do other things, which is fine. But for me, I'm programmed to be structured. You know, time, everything has a time. Like for me, from morning till about 4 o'clock, I should be working. But when I don't have that when school's out, I have to find something else to fill that time. Um, at first it was good, and then towards I would say the middle part of the summer, I struggled because my routine's off. Now I'm up late at night, struggling to get up in the morning. Now, I don't have to get up, but it's still hard because my routine is off. But now that I know school's going to be starting up soon, I look forward to what's up and coming. As far
Yeah.
as the new school year. So my mental's a lot better than what it was. But I can be up and down.
Yeah.
But I'll always end up finding that balance eventually. But yeah, but I'm
Got you.
definitely in a good spot.
So is it better because you know your boys are coming back too?
That too. Yeah. Yeah, because honestly, my life is, evolve around them. Everything that I do, is centered around my kids. But when I don't have them and I got a break from them, it's tough because now I got to do things a little bit differently. My routine's off. So, and I think maybe it's like that for a lot of people. When there's change, you got to readjust. Now I got to do things a little bit different. Some people, they transition, no problem. I'm look forward to do something different. But when you doing something, you change from something that you already enjoy. I don't want to stop. I don't want to break, but you have to take a break. So, but I understand it. I accept it, and I think that's part of it. Accepting. Well, this is just what it is. When you don't accept, I think when you fighting time, when you fighting change, I think that's when things start to get a little bit rocky. But when you start to accept things for what they are, I think it helps. And I think that's for me at least.
For sure.
Mine's been pretty stable. It's got a lot of new stuff going on. That's all. But other than that, it's just I've found a way to continually relax mentally. So, because I mean, as you guys both know, I have PTSD. So, life's been since I found out I had it, and since I started having issues, life has been a constant figure out a way to relax your mind, figure out a way to get through this day, figure out a way to not hold on to things and let go and that type of stuff. So there's moments where I'm just out of it. There's nothing you can do, nothing nobody can say. I need it myself. I need to find it myself. Then there's moments where my daughter comes and just a hug. That's it. That's all I need. I'm
Yeah.
back.
Got you.
So that's the best thing about the kids. That's one of the best things about having kids. They can bring you back to yourself without you even having to do anything. Just knowing they're there, just having them in the house, just having them in the room, just a little conversation, just a hi sometimes is enough.
Yeah.
Walk by your kid's room and just see him is enough sometimes. Or in for you, your kid working with you. So seeing him at work, seeing him in the studio, seeing him in the lab doing what he do.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
like yours seeing your kids on the field. Like the little things that we see our kids doing makes us feel better. And that's how I get through my PTSD is mostly with my kids.
Gotcha.
Watching what they do and seeing them and loving them and them loving me.
Gotcha.
So
You know, not to like far as we just like PTSD. I remember one time. To me, it was like it was new hearing for me. Like, you know what I'm saying, hearing certain people whatnot. And I remember Brittany was telling me that she felt that I had PTSD. And I was like, nah. But then kind of thinking, and a lot changed for me. Like, okay, we all know I suffer from a heart situation. And maybe you know because you get more familiar with PTSD than me. I never talked to a doctor, nobody about this, you know, besides Brittany, Lil Neil, moms. Now I'm talking to y'all about it. But I'm better now, though, like far as mentally and able to handle what I'm about to talk about. So, suffered artery heart disease, had a massive heart attack, was in the ICU. Doctor saved my life. I'm home now. You know what I'm saying? But knowing that when this happened, I was asleep. I woke up out of my sleep with the chest pain. So it happened in that time, and Brittany was gone. It was just me and my son. So it happened with me and Lil Neil. He was maybe 7, 8 years old, super young. After that happened, getting back home from the hospital, maybe a month later, I couldn't sleep. I was scared to sleep. Like, even before, like, not even scared to sleep, I was scared to not wake up, I say. So I tell Brittany, even we had a different schedule. She was working the mornings. I had to work nights. So I really needed my sleep. I say, hey, could you wake me up? I make her wake me up. She had to be to work at 6. She wake me up at 5. I don't have to be to work till 3 in the afternoon. Wake me up before you leave, because I want you to make sure I get up. I don't want Neil to wake up and I don't be woke up. I don't never want him to be at the house and that just me and him, because it was just me and him. So that always, for long, maybe a few years, I did not want to sleep with just me and him at the house. She had to wake me up. I was made me scared to sleep if I knew it was just going to be me and him.
Yeah.
If she went on vacation and went to visit a friend, it was hard to sleep, bro.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to not wake up.
yeah,
Would you consider that PTSD?
yes sir,
Yeah.
yes sir. That's a
And then
form.
struggled.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a form of it.
I'm better with it now, though, you know. I take a nap right next to him, which I wouldn't do that, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can't say what, maybe time, maybe just thinking different, trying to like how you were saying, coming up with different ways. That's one thing I want to ask you. Like, is it a consistent, do you got to consistently come up with something different, or will one way stick, or do sometimes that way won't stick to where you have to come up with another way to handle it? Or could you just read back to, yo, I remember dealing with this problem. It's bothering me, but I went this resource to, have you ever had to do it and then, dang, it stopped working, so you got to find another way? I'm just trying to figure out.
So for me, I tried a lot of stuff. I've tried writing in journals. It didn't work. I've tried drowning my thoughts out with music. Really didn't work. One of the first things that worked was just yelling, screaming,
Okay.
top of my lungs, just
Okay.
in my car,
Okay.
drive off to the middle of nowhere, and just let that emotion and energy that's built up in me, let it go.
Okay.
That was one of the first things that worked, and then that stopped working.
Okay. Got you. Okay.
And the thing that works now is my kids.
Okay.
It's easy. With the kids, it's so easy because I can come in feeling like crap. Like I get to the point where everything is blah. Like, and you've seen it. We went to the bowling alley. I'm happy to go. We get there, we start bowling, we bowl a couple, and then something in me just says, you're done. Sit down, shut up, you're done. And that's what happened. I sat down at the bowling alley. Everybody's
It's
bowling.
just recently?
Yeah, within the last several months, yeah.
Okay.
And I just sat there. Everybody's like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I got it. I gotta find it. Nobody can do it. I gotta find it." So I'm just sitting there, and I just can't find it. So I'm like, we got to go home. I got to go. It's time to go. Get home. All it takes is my daughter to come give me a hug and give me some love, and I'm back.
If you don't mind me asking, was it something that triggered it, or
I don't know.
you don't know, just out of?
Yeah, it was just out of blue. Like, we having fun. We bowling. The whole family's there. We just there bowling. And I bowl a couple, and then I bowl, and I just shut down. Like, I don't want to hear nothing. Like, I put my earbuds in, turned it all the way up. I was like, I need music. I need something to start the process of drowning it out.
Yeah.
And I mean, it helps to a point, because now I'm trying to drown out my thoughts. Now I'm trying to fight my thoughts with the lyrics to the music. And then, like I said, once I get home and my daughter's good at bringing me back.
Got you.
So,
Got you.
yeah.
That's big, man.
Yeah, PTSD ain't no joke, man.
No.
And then it's the crazy part is there's so many forms of it. You got PTSD with depression. You got just PTSD without the depression. It's just, it's crazy because there's really not a set way to deal with it. There's not a set way. There's not a set, like, your symptoms not the same as like, nothing's set with it. It can always be random. Like I said, with me just having fun, and then it just shuts down.
I got you. I would say my situation wasn't depressing. It was just was even worse than depressed, being scared. I don't want to be scared of nothing, but that's what I was scared of. For Lil Neil to walk in on me, something like that you get what I'm saying? Like, that's what scared me. So that's where it came from. And I can tell you what did depress me, far as this situation. So I was like, and I had to bag out of it. I was going to it was called arterial rehab therapy. So it was a rehab to make my heart stronger. I went for, you know what I'm saying, but I continued to do the things that they taught me there, and even did it to a stronger extent, because and what was depressing about going there, when this happened, I want to say like 34, maybe 33, I want to say, when this happened, 33, 34. Then going to this therapy session, this rehab therapy, being a 33, I feel like I'm young now. I really was young then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's nothing but 65, 75. Old, everybody is super old, gray hair. Like, I could understand why I used to question, like, why am I here? Like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how I got the same heart as these people. You feel what I'm saying? These OGs, like, not trying to shit on them, but like, you got an 80-year-old heart, okay. I got a 34, why are we doing the same?
Yeah.
So that was depressing to know that I was going out. And that's one thing I had to tell moms and Brittany, and when I stopped going, even my brother. And just like, man, it was hard. It's hard to go in there and just be so young and to just be surrounded by all these old people. Make me feel like, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I never did. Like, a lot of people, my doctor, everybody's like, when that happened, like, if I couldn't go back to work, like, if I had to go on disability, I'm like, nah, nobody about to stop me, bro. Like I'm really, in everybody's eyes, I'm supposed to be at the couch, on the couch right now. That's why I even went 10 times harder. That's where really the music and the music production and the inspiration for music was always there. But after that is what made the DJing came to where it's like, nah, y'all telling me to not do nothing, to just be on disability. Nah, I'm about to do the most. That's why I go super hard. Like, I go to work still, and I do everything else I can possibly do.
Yeah.
I don't let nobody gonna tell me like, oh, you had this situation, you couldn't. Nah, all you need to be with these. Nah, I go to Coach D workouts, you know what I'm saying, and kick butts, you know what I'm saying. That's the therapy my heart need, you know what I'm saying. My heart be pumping,
Yeah.
Which they was doing there was good. It was at Chandler Regional. all the nurses and doctors was dope. I ain't gonna give it, just the fact that, but coming out there with y'all is a whole different therapy. I'm out there with youngsters running around. That don't beat me up mentally. That push me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But out there with 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds, and I'm 30 something during the time, like, oh, going there used to eat me up walking in there. And when they ask you, what you doing in here, young man? Cause they curious, they shocked to see me. Some of them been there for years, and I'm sure I'm probably the youngest person walked in that door. I can't confirm it, but I think so.
Yeah.
During that time, you feel me? So that was depressing when we got on the depressing part. That definitely depressed me when I left that place. So I don't feel like it was better in me. Yeah, I was getting a little workout, but mentally, it was eating me up.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was there with them. And then, Brittany understood, moms them understood. And that's why she want to see me out there with y'all, though, because I still need that therapy. I still need to push the heart every day if I can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Certain things I don't do, like, and I make sure I don't use, like, the moving walkways. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. I try to make sure I just walk it out. So I do give myself that extra push when I can, like at the work spot and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I gotta do better. You know what I'm saying? And
Sure.
and do more. But we talking about the mental health, and that's definitely the challenges that I faced in the past and some now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure.
So now that we talking about it, I got to give a shout out to my guy DJ MENTALZ.
Okay.
Yeah.
He has a clothing line. He has he does a lot of things with the community of Maricopa. He does a lot of things with the youth. His biggest thing is, and as it says on my T-shirt, PTSD, which is pushing through struggles daily.
Okay.
So, and he lives it, because I've heard some of his stories. I've been around things that he's gone through in life, and he's truly pushing through struggles.
Okay.
And I mean, and he's excelling, because when he does it with a smile. Like he's like you, like always happy. Like it's always good vibes when I'm around that guy.
Okay.
So I'm gonna read his little thing. Like I said, he has his shirts. I wear the shirts. He has hats. They all say the same thing, different colors, different colorways. But yeah, he's doing good. Let me read this real quick, and it's his why. So it says, DJ MENTALZ. My why is to share the power of mental health awareness to others. Pushing through struggles daily was created to let others know that it's okay not to be okay. That's big. All right. And then he goes into everyone struggles, and my brand reminds them to keep pushing regardless of any obstacles. Music became a way to release, escape, communicate, and at times understand what I was feeling. I wanted to change the systematic view of mental health and now refer to them as my superpowers. I was introduced to turntables in 2018 as a form of therapy. It has since transformed and helped me to overcome those things that were hard for me to release, escape, communicate, and understand. My life's temporary inconveniences turned into a beautiful, permanent change. Out of that, DJ MENTALZ was born, pushing through struggles daily.
Shout out DJ MENTALZ. Hearing that remind me of my situation. Like when I said that, I left that ICU, left that hospital, and that's where the DJ came in at. You know what I'm saying? It did, and it gave you that push. Like for me, like I said, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? I understand his struggle, and it gave me that push. One thing like DJing, I love having a schedule, especially like I said, mentally knowing, thinking. You think bad thoughts when you come out the hospital. Like I could have died. Am I still gonna die? I had a heart attack. Am I gonna have another one? You know what I'm saying? But knowing I got this booking, I gotta live for it. I got this wedding next month or next year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep myself strong to get there and knock out these events. So that's one thing about DJing too. Help me mentally, definitely. I love making people happy. It makes me happy. But having that date to keep pushing for. You get what I'm saying? got another date to push for. I got another reason to keep moving, even though my family and myself, but just having, it's certain ways you can look at it. So
yeah.
DJing definitely saved me as well, DJ Mentals. You know what I'm saying? Definitely helped me overcome a lot of thinking too much and, you know what I'm saying, just stressing myself out. So, I understand that 100%. And
Yeah,
shout
that's my
out to
guy.
him.
That's my guy.
Shout out to him. You know,
Shout
we
out
met
DJ
once
Mentals.
before. I'm not sure if he remember. I was telling y'all at a football game, but hope to meet him again. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. We'll see him around. We might have to get him on here soon too.
Okay.
Let him talk himself.
That'll be dope.
Let him tell his own story.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'll be dope. Me and him can talk a little music as well. You know what I'm
There
saying?
There you go.
Yeah.
That's real cool, man. It's kind of made me think, what are some things that you guys can go to? I mean, obviously, you know, we got music, we got our children. What's some things that we do when things get a little bit tough? Like for me, I teach 5th grade. Shout out Santa Cruz Elementary. Shout out to my team too. When you got things going on outside of your job, your workplace, you know, a lot of these kids are dependent on me to be there for them. You know, when things are tough outside, the kids don't know nothing about it. You know, your staff members, your coworkers don't know nothing about it. What some things you guys do still show up and then still give them or whoever you're working with or you're working for that energy yourself to make sure that you're able to give them what they need from you.
Me as a coach, I think my biggest thing is I don't want to go into the gym with these kids seeing. I have to have the right energy. I set the tone. The energy I bring in the gym sets the tone for everybody. So I have to go in. I have to find. Gotta turn on some music. I gotta listen to some Nipsey. I gotta put a Kobe YouTube video on. I gotta put a CT Fletcher video on. I gotta put somebody that I really feel like I know who they are and I know what they're about and I know that their energy can be the same energy that I'm finna use right now. CT Fletcher, bodybuilder, energy is amazing. Anybody that's ever watched CT Fletcher, he walk in the gym, it's live. Like, you stand out the door, we hear. You walk in the gym, you hear.
Yeah.
Like, that's the energy I try to bring. Kobe, same thing, but it's a different type of energy. It's a more of intense energy. It's go time energy.
Yeah.
Nipsey is energy. Like, these are people that I look at for energy before games, before practices. I use them to feed off of to create, no matter what I'm going through. And that's the other thing is these kids don't know what going on in your life, your personal life. They don't need to.
They don't need to.
Yeah.
So my job is to put on a face, fake it until you make it, pretend until it gets real, and that's how I live it. So I get in the gym, even if I'm having a bad day, I'll pretend everything's good until that energy builds up, and now I'm not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
So now we really in here now.
Yeah.
But I've always used coaching as therapy. I've always used our workouts as therapy. When I walk in the gym, it's my time to forget about bills, forget about business, work, school. I'm just here. I got to live in the moment. So that's my thing is, yes, I turn on the music, I turn on the YouTube videos, but I'm in the moment. So I fake it until I make it. I get in the gym. I put on the face until it's real.
Yeah.
I put on a smile until that smile turns real. Until I forget I'm putting on that smile. I don't give them anything that's going on in my personal life. They don't need it. They got their own stuff. They're trying to figure out their own way. They're trying to find themselves. They don't need me to tell them an issue with adulthood. Like, you're not there. You ain't got no kids to take care of. You ain't got no bills to pay. You ain't got no wife to go home to. You ain't got none of that.
Be in your mind. Yeah, just don't even worry about that.
So you don't need to feel my stuff.
Yeah. Exactly. I think I'm pretty decent at that too. Like when it's go time, it's go time. I can you know like when it come to DJing, you know what I'm saying. I can have a lot, not every day, every weekend is beautiful for me. You know what I'm saying? I can have something going on, something stressing out, or the car done broke down, or anything,
Right,
and then the
right.
very next day or that same day, I gotta. So I've been good to turn on when the turn on need to turn on. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
And so I've had found a way to do that, especially when it comes to doing something I love like DJing and this as well. You know what I'm saying? Like we talked, said, once it's go time, it's go. I don't care how tired I am, what's going on. Once coach press that button, I'm ready.
Yes,
You
sir.
feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
turn on. So I'm good at doing that. But another way I like to like is what you were saying, as far as like different ways of clearing your mind, like besides music. Music definitely is probably my first. Another thing I like taking a ride, if it's either in a car or a dirt bike, motorcycle type of stuff.
Oh, we ain't done
If
that
that's
one
that's
yet.
a good way to
For
like
real.
kind of for
Yeah.
me to relieve, like just like I just do it in the neighborhood
Just
mini
free your
bike, just
mind a
yeah,
little bit,
free and
right?
like how you said, put the AirPods in as well. Music
Uh-huh.
help as well, but
Yeah.
but that ride too, that breeze, that not thinking about nothing for that, even if it's 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying, it's perfect, to
Mm-hmm.
me.
Mm-hmm.
So that was another way to try to get, to even as a youngster, you know what I'm saying, just jump in the car and just living in LA, I go PCH, and just clear my mind, drive down Pacific Coast, drive back, and
Pacific Coast
whatever
Highway.
me and a female was into it or whatever, I forget, I jump in the car, just go drive and come back, and then
Yeah.
feel a lot better after that ride. So taking a ride helps me mentally, I believe. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Probably
Okay.
not completely, but it definitely helps,
Yeah.
Yeah.
taking a ride. That's one thing for sure. Music, taking a ride. Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
that's probably one of my. So music and a ride, that's the go-to. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I mean, even for me myself, um, yeah, there's a lot of different things, but like the biggest thing, the main thing for me is playing catch. Throwing
Okay.
the football,
Okay.
because there's no, stress and I gotta win. Just
No
throw the football
expectations,
and catch
nothing.
it.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. It's coming back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, that's very therapeutic. I don't care who I'm throwing it with. You know, obviously it started with pops. Throwing the ball with dad, and that's big. But even now, I don't have to have anybody to throw the ball with. I got to a point I can take the football, throw it down, it'll come right back up to me.
Got you.
You know what I mean? You got to throw it a certain way, but that's one thing that I lean on. I mean, a lot of people know me as with football, but honestly, football has gave me so much, and it's helped with who I am. So I gotta give it back,
Yeah.
and I try to help with other people. Like I have a football in my classroom. Let's play catch with the kids.
Yeah.
I know it's big.
Nerf ball or
I got a
football?
Nerf ball. I got a football. I got a soccer ball that lights up in my classroom. I got a globe that you blow up. You got all the countries. I mean, I got different uses for them. Like kids in my classroom, even my last school year, they like to talk, you know. So I use that ball. I toss you the ball. You the only one that can talk and pass that ball to somebody else. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Things like
okay.
that.
Yeah.
But I brought that up to ask you guys another question.
Okay.
So in regards to struggle, has there ever been a time, and let's get specific, where you're at work, going to either you haven't been there yet, or you're going to work, or you're already there, and mentally you have to, or you're not able to continue because I need help. I'm not right, and where I am right now, if I continue on, I'm not going to be good. I'm not going to be able to produce what I typically produce. Is there any, or I got to shut it down? I'll come back tomorrow. And
Oh, yeah, plenty
has
of
there?
time.
There's been time. Okay.
And that's more so with like far as it had to be family situation to where
Mm-hmm.
I just can't focus until I get to the house. You know what I'm saying? Maybe my son did something that just drove me so crazy to like, I just want to get home. Like I can't wait till I get off to get on his ass or whatever the case. Not saying that could be the anything, or
Sure.
maybe he hurt himself
Yeah.
and I'm at the work spot and I just heard about it and I just want to get home to just check on him myself to make sure he okay, So yeah, definitely not a lot of the times, but definitely the times to where if I ever had to leave the work spot, it was something to do with being concerned about myself. All right, fellas, we was talking about when you had asked us about us being at work and having to shut things down to get home, or being that distracted to where we have to leave work. Is it either what brung us to that point if we had ever had to? And I broke down the situations where I had to. What about you guys?
Yeah, me, I have. And I can only think of one time, and it was just this past year. When things are going on outside of your work, you're going into it with things, and then even sometimes things are still lingering. You might get some calls while you're at work. But for me, I'll say it without giving too many details, because there's others involved. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But anyways, yeah, I was at work or whatnot. There's some things happened outside of work previously. The police was called at the school. I talked to the police, whatnot. Nothing happened. But the fact that they came up to the school
For you?
for me
To talk to you?
talk to me. Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot.
Yes, because obviously the way society is today, the landscape of things, and our relationship with the citizen and law enforcement, it's not great. But as a professional, I went up there, talked to him, whatnot. That part was fine, but I had to think about, why did I have to talk to the police in the first place? I shouldn't have to. And the fact that I did, and the fact that I'm at work, so everybody that knows me or see me, they know, man, what's going on?
Yeah, that's the ugly
He's
look.
talk-
Just being at work, having to
So,
deal with some stuff like
so
that.
that
Yeah.
too, and then the fact that like knowing that this could have been bad, this could have they could have arrested me. They could have did not wanted to talk to me. No, I'm just gonna take them in. You know what I mean? Anything could have happened. That's
Certain
what I thought
jobs
about.
would be just that'll throw them off the back. Like,
Yeah.
that wasn't a good
Yeah.
look.
Yeah, and then me thinking about my students. You know what I mean? So now that I'm affected, I got to go back to my classroom, and be there for my students. I'm affected so much to the place to where I know I can't be who I need to be for
Definitely.
them.
I understand
So
that.
I had to make a tough decision. Sometimes, when things are tough, we're taught, push through. You be all right. You be all right. You be. But I wasn't all right, and I wasn't in a good place. So I had to make that call. You know what? I got to take the rest of the day. And when people talk about, I need a mental day, when I first heard it, what is that? You know what I mean? I didn't understand it, but I do understand it.
Real
You
thing.
know, you got
Definitely.
life happening,
Yeah.
that you don't have control over. Sometimes, yes, it is important to take those mental days, because if you don't, you will only make it worse.
Yeah.
And who knows what can happen out of that. So, yeah, that definitely has happened to me where, I just have to go home, reset, and then come back. And then here's the other thing. You come back, and your kids are wondering,
Now you gotta.
Mr. Edwards, where was you at? Because you was here, and now you're not.
So you couldn't even
We
let it
saw
go
you.
like you wanted to.
Yeah. We
saw
You
you.
went home,
So-
took that mental day, but now it's back flared
you
up.
still
'cause
got to pretty much still deal with it.
No, you're right.
And then but because you were able to kind of deal with that, outside of that, you come back still a little bit better, and you can give them more of of what you are. So for me, I had to talk to me. You know what? I just had to take the rest of the day. And that was it. You don't have to tell the kids. Don't need to know what's going on.
No
I just need to
detail,
take the rest of the day,
exactly. But
So
you
and that
good,
was it.
everything's okay. I'm
Mhm.
back.
I'm back now. I'm here. So yeah, that's definitely happened for me.
What about you, Coach?
It's tough because I really don't just leave. Like,
Okay.
I know my kids are good at home. I know my wife got it under control. I think mine was, excuse me. I think I had two recently, or within the last year, and that's one when one of my young athletes passed away. Like, that one hit me hard.
Mm-hmm.
That one still affects me some. So that day when I heard about him passing away, Caden, long live Caden, number 12.
Yeah.
Him passing away hit me hard. The other one is recently, my pops passed away. It hit me hard. It's not too many things that'll stop me from just getting my job done.
Mm-hmm.
But these things stop me from coaching. Like,
Yeah.
my job is easy. I can work through a lot of stuff with my job. I move freely with my job. Coaching, I got to be there. And got the at least for my pops, excuse me, got the notification while in practice. Like,
Got you.
I'm told during practice. There's no way for me to,
Yeah.
I can't practice. Oh, we can't do this. I got to
Yeah.
go. And they understood. So I coach high school kids, so I have to tell them. I can't just say, oh, no, I don't feel good. No. You got to understand what's going on. So I tell them. And they're like, Coach, we'll go outside while you pack up so you can go. And they understood. So those were the two recently that made me really say, you know what, I'm done for the day. No matter whether I'm coaching or working, I got to go. Because my pops is, I mean, that's it. That's my pops. He been there since I was a baby, basically. Caden, we had just seen him a few days prior. So those two, those two the ones that hit me hard.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that stopped me from whatever I'm doing. You got to go home. It's time to go figure it out. Go talk to your son. Go home. Go be with your family. So those are my two
Understand.
recently issues that said, you know what, stop. Don't care what you're doing, go home. My mind said stop before you have a breakdown. Just go home.
Yeah.
So I mean that goes back to it. I've been dealing with mental since PTSD. I've been dealing with mental issues for a long time now. I got out of the military in 2008, so I've been dealing with this since 2007.
Okay.
When I came back from Iraq. So I've been dealing with it so long that it's easy for me to see some of the signs of what's finna happen. When I'm finna shut down, when I'm finna break down, when I need to be in a safe place.
So that's 100% where it came from, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah. Serving?
Yeah.
So prior to that, you never felt the ways that you was feeling? Yeah.
Good life. Crazy part though, like, we had a conversation recently. Growing up, no matter what we went through, it was always good.
Even the bad.
Even the bad was still good. We get in trouble, the next day we good. Nobody's holding on to nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
But once we became adults, the good ain't good. Like, things happen that never happened. Like, I got allergies now. I ain't never had allergies growing up. Ever in my life.
Yeah.
Until I became an adult and moved out of home.
Yeah.
Now I got allergies.
Yeah.
As an adult, now we see all the issues in the world. You growing up, you don't see none of this.
Hey, I'm with you. I ain't never had to put a tissue in my nose till I got an adult. We seen Pops with tissue in his nose, but we ain't had to put no tissue in our nose.
So you think it's the age thing or the Arizona?
I think it's maybe it's partly Arizona.
See,
I'm
can't
sure.
say that.
I don't know.
Because I found out I had allergies when I went to Washington State.
Oh, okay.
So it's not Arizona for me.
Allergies is.
I went from California to
Washington
Washington
State. The older you get, the harder the flaring, the more it's flaring up and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah. No, cause you right. My older brother, he deal with allergies, and he always did since California days, you know. And he don't think that it's no worse now, but it's probably the same thing. As he getting older, it's probably getting worse.
Now, I don't know if I just didn't notice it growing up.
That's another thing, yeah.
But I don't remember having allergies until I was an adult.
Yeah.
If you going.
Oh, that's exactly what
when you got allergies.
When he waking up though, this in the middle of you. We all sleeping. He gonna wake up. He doing all that. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. That's exactly what he do. He got allergies bad. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
That's how he wake up. Still to this day, every day.
Man.
To lighten it up, what's and still on the PTSD thing, as kids, what's some things that, because there's some things that
Look, you ain't even gotta say it.
Yeah.
Look, I know when report card time was coming, I had to make a decision. I know what my grades look like. Do I go home and say, Mama, look, I'm sorry, I don't. Do what? You know what? Nope. Let me just go get the report card and throw it away.
Exactly.
I still got caught, but let me just go get this report card and throw it away.
Did I get that from you? Because
don't know,
I was
but
doing it too.
Shoot, that was my thing and I remember it clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's times where I can remember exactly when we lived in apartments. I knew, Mama, let me go check the mail for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, you don't want to walk all the way up to the front. You ain't going nowhere today.
Yeah.
I'll go run and check the mail.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Wait
did
till
that.
she asking.
I did that.
When you getting your report card? It's been
I don't
3
even
weeks
know.
already.
I
Yeah.
don't even know.
Yeah.
That's the school's fault. I don't know nothing about that.
Yup. Oh, that's the difference. Whoa, I hear so many. For real, that's the difference, you know?
Man. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I'm guilty of that.
That's the crazy part. Like, it's not like, you know, a lot of stuff, you can kind of remember things. Like that, like, it's clear as day.
Yeah.
Like, I know exactly going to the mailbox. I remember what the mailboxes look like. But there was one time where we just happened to already be out and about, and Mom was at the house, and she got it. I was like, and I had already planned it in my head. I'm like, she get home after school.
I'm gonna get that at mailbox.
While she cleaning something, let me go run and grab the mail real quick, bring the mail in. Pops picked me up from school that day. We had to go by the store real quick. Mom would get the mailbox, get the mail. What's this? Here we go. It's time. I'm about to get a whooping.
That gotta be the worst feeling. Knowing you're going to get a whooping. That up to that point until you do, that's some anxiety.
Yeah, dude.
Bro.
That's
Like how
anxiety.
Coach definitely experienced some things that, and I have a feeling that I experienced some things that probably had me on that. What about you? Do you think you had some things that?
I got the same one, and I'm gonna tell you why. So, for me, football, when I'm at school, and it happened 7th grade year, being in elementary, going to junior high school is definitely different. And I'm about to say something. Yes, I'm a teacher. I teach 5th grade. I'm a good teacher, but I was a terrible student. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that right now. Elementary, yeah, I was great in elementary, but once I got into junior high school, it became definitely challenging for me. Football was everything. I didn't like school. So my 7th grade year, all I wanted to do was just play football. I didn't want to be in class, so I pretty much had straight Fs basically in junior high school. But I always checked. I knew I had my grades were bad, but I always wanted to play. I didn't want to be stuck in the house, so yeah, I checked the mail too, and I hid and threw away my grades. And same thing like him. One day, I didn't make it to the mailbox because I was somewhere else, and it wasn't my grades. It was a letter. Yeah, that I was gonna have to go back and do the 7th grade again because my grades were that bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got held back in the 7th grade.
Okay.
And yeah, so checking the mail is definitely something that
Gotcha.
It's got me. Yeah, I feel a certain way. Every time I check the mail, I think about that moment.
Okay.
Because I was on it. It was for a long time.
Man.
A long time.
So your school held you back?
Well,
Because
the school,
at that age, you gotta kind of have the parents' consent, right? In a sense, or no?
I think so. I'll be honest with you, I don't really know. I just know my parents were on board with that. Because, I mean, straight
I just remember back in the day, like when I was younger, it was a couple kids that the schools was trying to hold back, but the parents and they wasn't able to. And I because I had some friends that told me, like, yeah, they try to keep me back. They try to, but my mom wouldn't sign that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not sure.
I know in high school it was different. Like, if you just didn't have your credits, you ain't got your credits. But I don't know if it's junior high or elementary. It was a challenge, and that's 7th grade. That's more junior high though, so
And
it
I
could be
think
different.
it could be a state thing. I
That
know in
that right
Arizona,
as well. Yeah.
they don't really do it. I think the parents will have to push more to keep the
Okay.
kids,
Okay.
but they're trying to push the kids along and keep them on schedule.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that might be a
So
state to state thing.
you stand back
7.
another year. You think that could have worked out better though?
It was the best thing for me.
Okay. There you go.
For one, I was embarrassed.
We don't know that at that age though. What's the best thing for us?
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Didn't know.
We don't know that, and then
Didn't
we
know.
might just be like, oh no, just thinking the fact that you was held back, but like you said, it was the best thing for you. Gave you more time to figure things out and come up with a solution to whatever the problem
It made me
was.
take things a little bit more
And
serious.
it made him the oldest athlete on the field.
Oh shit! Oh, that's okay.
All
Oh, okay.
right.
That's what it is. Okay.
It helped in that way.
16 freshmen and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I was already tall and lanky, with my own age group. And now I'm tall and lanky.
And
you know,
old.
And old. So, yeah, it definitely helped in that way.
That's dope.
But I
okay.
definitely, took school a little bit more serious. I didn't like school, but I know
Your bro gonna keep it real though.
I had to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, your bro gonna eat.
Got to.
Yeah, because we would have never known that if he
Yeah.
wasn't right here. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You showed him put that out.
But the thing is, I was already
But that makes
good,
sense
but
though.
Yeah, yeah. So I think for some kids, I think it might be either important or good for them to either be held back or start a little later.
Okay.
I think that helps. That helps too.
Not even
So,
throw us off. But since the conversation up, do you think athletes do that?
Yes.
yeah, they do.
They get held back intentionally. So
Intentionally,
They
it happens.
Oh, I know a bunch of them. It's a thing in Arizona. Well, part of it is for certain parents, it's maturity. So they want to hold their kids back from going to high school due to maturity issues. You're not mature enough to go to high school. You're gonna fall in with the wrong crowd. You're gonna get in trouble. You're gonna follow. You're not gonna lead. Things like that. But then there's some that is, I need you to have an extra year, get better at this sport. That way,
try to
you're-
get you into college
Yeah.
and things like that.
you go into your 9th grade year as a better player.
And y'all being coaches, parents, athletes, do y'all agree with that process?
I think you need to do what you think is best for your kid, for sure.
I've always told parents I'm with you before I'm with your child. So if that's your decision and you really feel like you believe in that, then I'm with you. Especially if it's for the maturity level thing. Because there's a lot of them that I know of that it was maturity. I know my kid ain't ready to be around high school kids. I know my kid ain't mature enough to act the way he's supposed to act around high school kids. He gonna act like he's a 7th grader, 8th grader still. So let me hold him back. We're gonna have some conversations. We're gonna figure things out. We're gonna say you need to act. You see what your brother's doing. You see what your uncles, your cousins. We need to act right.
But a lot of times,
But then
it's so it can be the bigger kid on the field though too.
oh yeah.
That's definitely a thing. Yes.
No shit. This is new to me because I'm not really into the sports world like that, and don't have a kid that plays sports. You know what I'm saying? So this is, but I did think about that. It had crossed my mind.
Like we talked about it recently. There's a kid that I coached, or that I know of. I didn't really coach him, but his parents held him back, and it was really just to get him some extra time before he went to high school for sports, for basketball. That was it. It wasn't about anything else. It
Wasn't that he was doing bad in school?
He
or
wasn't doing bad in school.
academically
He was
at
passing
all.
grades.
Yeah.
So now at this point you turn him into a 19-year-old senior.
Mm-hmm.
When most seniors are 18 or 17 going into 18.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's 19. Now it looks different.
And probably some parents
He
say,
feels better about himself. He's under control. He feels like an adult. He's
yeah, exactly.
like you can't tell these kids when they're 19.
Mm-hmm.
sit down and shut up, play ball. Now I'm 19. I'm an adult. You ain't gonna talk to me crazy. Coaches don't talk to you crazy though. Coaches give you the real. Most coaches give you the real.
Yep.
If you're not ready, you're not ready. You're not ready for college. You're not ready for college.
And what about this? Probably a lot of parents that probably had their kid in the sports, 6, 7 years old, playing football. Then now he's in the 8th grade, about to go to 9th, and they're like, man, you not as big as they thought he would be. Could be a little scrawny little dude. And like, man, he's nice though, but we think he'll get ran over when he get in the 9th grade. So we'll keep him just off of that strength.
But you really think about it though. Part of it is most people most doctors and physical therapists and whatnot tell people your kid shouldn't be in the weight room until a certain age. So that's part of the reason too.
Well, growing up, I was always taught like it'll stunt your growth.
Everybody.
Yeah.
That's not true. I still believe that. I used to tell my son.
That's a
like,
myth.
nah.
It's a myth.
That's why he's so tall. Because I ain't let him get down. So that's a myth.
It's a myth.
Okay.
Now, I think it's the thing that stops that stunts the growth is the other stuff. It's the enhancement stuff.
Okay.
The overlifting. It's
You're not doing it the right way.
yes. You can go in the gym as a young kid and put small weight on the bar and get it up and do it the right way and grow. But then the same person go in the gym and they just took some pre-workout and they throwing up double the weight they should be. Now we might have an issue.
Because then you're messing with your physical and your chemical makeup that's inside of you. You know, so that throws the balance off when you do that, especially
You
as
do
a
it
kid.
that way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
why.
just naturally going throw them weights, y'all don't feel it stunted at all, huh?
I don't.
Okay.
No, I don't. Yeah, I definitely don't think kids.
Now-
was-
now-
Growing
my thought-
up, for me, that's what they made us,
Yeah.
Like I used to try to do, you mess with the weights, my brother would be like, just do some curls. You know, he didn't want me like bench pressing. He felt it'll stunt my growth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just do some curls. Now, being a young man, you hear stunt your growth, you thinking every growth. So like, I ain't about to stunt nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I ain't no big bulky dude because I ain't trying to stunt no growth. You know what I'm saying? So, but growing up, in the 80s, 90s, that's what.
So you saying you'd be swole right now if they didn't tell you that?
If they didn't tell me that, because I had a weight bench at the crib in the living room. You know what I'm saying? We had one, Hey, I'm saving my son. I'm trying not to, that's why he, Yeah, so no, for real though. That's what I was taught, and I didn't go too hard. I was told like after 18, and I even had in high school, I had one of the weight rooms for one of my PE classes. Instead of PE, I had the weightlifting. You know what I'm saying? And I used to see them dudes going there, and I'm telling you, I'm naturally strong too, but I would always avoid trying to hit something big because I felt like I was too young.
Got you.
Yeah,
I was always taught like weights, coffee,
none of
and smoking would stunt your growth. That was the 3 things that I thought that was, and as a young teenager, you experience different things as far as smoking, if it's cigarettes or weed, you know what I'm saying? That what they used to, I felt was to try to scare us, like, yo, it stunt your growth. And it made people, definitely the waist though. That scared me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I definitely took that to heart and I felt that was true.
Yeah.
Maybe just being a male, like I don't want to stunt no growth for nothing, especially, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Nah, so you could have been a monster right now, man.
Yeah.
I still would have been short. You know what I'm saying? Walking around like whack 100,
Man.
5'3", but huge though.
Nah, that's definitely a myth.
Don't you feel like it might have? I don't know where it started at or what it came from, but I definitely know that the industry, the media, they use athletes, they use celebrities. They pay these people to say what they want them to say. Not like that's what they believe. They want. We're paying you to do this commercial. Just say this, and that influences everybody basically.
Well, maybe
but
I don't know where it came
they don't know though. That's the thing though. if we really look back and when we were growing up opposed to now, they didn't know a lot of stuff. There was no test.
No.
There was no knowledge of what's going to happen to a kid if he lift. Okay, yeah, we take 5 kids and do it and they don't grow. What does that tell you? Nothing. They might not have been growing anyway.
Exactly.
You look at their daddy, their mama. I just put a kid that's 5 foot even into the weight room, and now he 18 and he only 5'2". His daddy 5'4". His mama
Exactly.
5 foot even too. What'd you expect?
Like I said, it
Like,
could
it's
have been a
in
scare
your
tactic.
genes. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Being
in
that
your genes.
You had these teens probably come up and kids was bulky and you knew they was in a weight room. Oh, it's gonna stunt y'all growth. You know what I'm saying? That could have been a scare tactic to try to keep all the kids even and you know what I'm saying?
Your
Then you
kid
got
bigger
those
than your
that are.
coach. You
Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all know.
Yeah.
I wasn't messing with the weights, right? My growth, I ain't super tall, you know, so my shit was stunted off of something else. Like he said, my pop's only 5'6" or 5'7". I think I'm taller than him. I'm taller than my mom. I'm the tallest out of my dad and my mom. You know what I'm saying? So
So if we went into that, how tall are you?
5'11", 6 foot.
You're 5'11". Stop saying 6 foot.
and stop saying 5'11", bro.
5'10",
I'm 5'8". You
5'11".
5'10".
5'11".
5'10".
I'm 6
I'm
foot.
5'8". I'm 5'8". You 6 foot, coach?
I'm 6 foot.
5'11". Okay. You know what I'm saying? Y'all putting them extra inches on it. No, I'm 5'8". They say that's average. I'm average than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm 5'8". No, for real.
Look,
Okay,
hey, look,
fuck it.
if
You
we-
5'11 and a half.
If we
6
pull
feet,
up-
coach.
If we pull up that picture, you
Coach
and your
taller than a
son,
motherfucker.
we pull up that picture of you and your son. You look like a baby.
I'm 5'4" on that, huh?
Yeah, cause you
Yeah, no, for real.
6'2". 6'2".
But you think about it, like I said, he 5'10", 5'11". I'm 5'11", 6 foot.
I didn't say 5'10".
Our brothers 6'3", 6'4". All 3 of them.
Okay.
3 younger ones, younger than us, 6'3", 6'4". Our pops, his pops, they pops, because we got separate. I got a
So
different
Quentin,
dad. Quentin 6'3".
you taller than Lil Neil?
Yeah,
Okay.
barely, but yeah. My dad, his pops was 6 foot.
6 foot.
Is Quentin the tallest? My bad. Just trying to see who the tallest out of y'all.
It's that close. I
They
couldn't even
close.
tell you.
All 3 of them are close.
They're all right there.
No shit.
Yeah.
So they got the same.
For some reason, he seemed the tallest to me. Maybe, but okay, I got you.
But then, like I said, they popped 6 foot. My pops was like 5'9".
So it's a brother I haven't met. Because now I'm just thinking about
Darcel.
the brother. So I never met him.
Yeah, he was at my birthday party.
No, so I met Darcel.
Quentin and then Dion.
Oh, Dion. Why am I
Dion.
forgetting about Dion? What up, Dion?
Yeah.
That's
What
my
up, D?
boy. I'm tripping. Dion, I was having this hurricane that your brother got me on. Yeah, but definitely. Okay, Dion. I ain't seen you in a minute either. Tap in. You got my number. Hit me up.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
that's what it Dion. I'm tripping like the most of
Yeah.
Dion is 6'3". And him and Quentin about the same 6. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah.
Now your other brother, you said
Darcel
Montreal.
might be. Darcel might be.
He don't seem that tall.
Nah,
Quentin
he might
seem
be
like he
tall.
got him.
He
So-
might.
Huh?
He might. There some might be the tallest. Now,
think
just
so.
thinking about it.
I think
For
he
real?
got them by a little bit, not much.
Damn, okay.
Mama, who the tallest?
Which one of your kids the tallest? Now. We checking.
said
with Mama-
now.
We checking with Mama Edwards.
Straight to the source.
The little one.
Which one though?
Quentin.
Which one? The youngest?
Oh,
Darcel.
okay. For real? Okay.
What about that bird? Me?
So you gotta get something,
Trying
huh?
to get something out of this.
I'm the longest.
Lemon. She said
Me?
you, yeah.
Oh, see?
That's messed up. That's messed up.
He was always the smallest.
I'm the biggest.
I ain't even.
You wanna hear something?
Nope.
No lie. No, for real. I'm not gonna lie.
All right.
And if you look back too, in elementary, you know, like when you take your kid, like for Neil, every time I took him to the doctor, he's 90. All right, fellas. Prior, we was talking about far as athletes being held back in different reasons, why parents have held them back, why they would like to be held back. What I wanted to know, far as a parent, not the parent of the athlete, but just a parent of a kid going to that school, how do you feel knowing that because that child was held back? We may not know the reasons, but your kid, your son, your daughter going to school with a 19-year-old, possibly even 20. Maybe they can be held back 2 years. I know in the past, kids that was held back more than once. So now you have a 19-year-old. We're just going to stick it at the borderline with 19 instead of 20. Going to the school with your child. You have an adult. He's no longer a teen to me at 19. I don't care if the teen is at the end. You grown at 18, 19. Even 18 at the school, okay. But we all, we all about to be there. But 19 is a little different. For me, I don't know about you guys. Being an athlete, y'all probably know athletes in high school at 19. Being coaches.
Yeah.
That definitely happens. I feel like a lot of kids that's been held back, a lot of people don't even know it. Some people knew that I was held back, but most people didn't know I was held back. And I think those who know, they typically know about the surrounding situation and why that kid was held back. It's, most people just know it. You know what I mean? It's usually a private thing though, with a lot of athletes that's been held back. Okay. Unless it's just one of those things that it's just out there, or you're in 8th grade already. They're expecting you to go, and you're that guy, and they expect you to go to high school or whatnot, and you're still in 8th grade. I mean, that's a little different, but most people don't know because it happens early. Gotcha. Most of the time, it happens early.
Understand.
But when it does happen late, like, how would you feel?
As a coach or as a player?
Parent.
As a parent, knowing.
And knowing their reason, too. It's not that he was struggling academically that he was held back. Held back because he want to be the bigger kid on campus, or the parent want him to be the bigger, faster, stronger kid on campus. How do you feel about that kid on the same campus as your child? And then your child is shooting for the same goal. Maybe a senior as well as that senior, but that senior's a monster because he's a year older. He's grown. He's 19. He's developing that man strength. We all know it's a difference between the strength of a kid and you can look at my son way bigger than me, but I got a different strength in him. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. As for athletes or just students? We're talking about athletes. Yes. So as a parent, knowing that, there's an athlete on campus, probably playing the same sport my kid is playing. 19.
Was stayed held back for that potential though to have that edge.
Purposely held back.
Yes.
I think with that kid who's 19 already, we're senior year. If they're looking at recruitment, things should already be going on. If they're don't have any offers and they're not really been recruited, it's almost looking like a waste. If they're doing it for that reason, for them to try to get offers, I honestly don't think it's a good idea to try to hold back a kid just for offers. Like you said, maturity, that's the biggest thing. They're not ready to go. That's why. You know what I mean? But for me, understanding that kids do get held back, it's okay. This is something that we got to deal with. We make sure we focus on us. I would just say that's between them and their parents and why and what they get out of it. But
would you feel a disadvantage for your kid being the same age?
No, because that's part of it. Kids do get held back.
And kids are bigger than other kids.
Yeah, it happens.
Stronger than other kids.
Yep. So
you
that's
never
why
know what you're gonna run into. You're gonna run into a Zion, like
Meaning what when you say
Zion Williamson?
Okay, got you, Zion Williamson. I'm out the sport, Lou. I'm like, meaning what?
As a teenager, he's stronger than a lot of adults.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, you always gonna run into that. It's just, is your kid ready? Mm-hmm. As a parent, did you put your kid mentally in a state to where they understand, I got to do me And I got to do my things the right way to separate myself from the others.
Got you.
There's a LeBron, a Zion Williams, and a big strong kid on the team. But how do I stand out away from that kid?
Okay.
So that our job is as parents is to teach our kids how to stand out away from the other kids, no matter what. Even if it's not sports. Academically, my kid got to be able to stand out separate from other kids. Sports, my kid got to be. You got to find your lane and stand out, so you're not following that next kid's path. His path is his path. He gonna go this. He gonna go his route. But I got to be able to make it enough room for me to squeeze in my route right next to his. He gonna be seen. Cool. He's being recruited. Cool. That helps me. That helps other kids. A kid at your school being recruited helps other kids.
They brought that there.
You bringing something to us. Now they're looking at you, but they're gonna see the difference in what I do compared to what you do.
Prime example. When I was in high school, my senior again, my grades were not great. You know, I didn't know I was going to get a scholarship. And to be honest with you, I was planning on going to the Marines. When I was done with school, I'm going to the Marines and I'm going to be a soldier. You know, after 9/11, things like that, okay, I'm going to go fight. That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
If I don't get a scholarship. So there was a recruit that came down to my high school from San Diego State to recruit one of my teammates. They saw his tape. They were talking to him, whatnot. My coach gave him my tape too. He wasn't recruiting me, but he gave my tape just to be seen. He saw me, sit me down for a visit, offer me a scholarship. You know what I mean? So again, even though they might be looking at somebody else, you know, they're at your school.
Got you.
And at that point, it's really up to your coach to say, hey, no, how about this kid too? You know, I got another one. How about him? Just take a look at him. So you got a kid that's 19 being recruited, big time recruit. He's able to get those guys on campus. That might help out everybody else, or
Understand.
at least another person.
Yeah.
Understand.
Yeah. So that's one of the biggest things. We can't be afraid of the better kid. We can't be afraid of the kid that's doing something different.
Yeah.
We just got to find our own lane and do something different from that kid.
Got you.
We always got to teach our kids to be themselves and find their own lane. And as coaches, that's what we've learned is there's always going to be a special kid at your school. But you got to be special too in your own lane. We can't all be special in, everybody's dunking on the team. No, I got to find my specialty. I got to be the best three-point shooter. I got the best free throw shooter, mid-range shooter, layups, reverses. Like everybody has to have their lane.
Got you.
So my kid being at a school and the other kid is being held back for sports, that's when we had a conversation. Hey, look, he's being held back. Yes, even if you guys are in the same position, cool, out hustle him. Oh, you can't out hustle him? Okay, I'll rebound him. Okay, cheer your team on. Oh, always be positive. There's something that you can do that the other kid ain't doing.
Got you.
And so that got to be the focus when you come into that type of situation where there's an older kid being held back just for recruiting or to be stronger when he goes to his college or JUCO or whatever case may be. We have to teach our kids that just because he's there don't mean your lane is taken up.
Got you.
You have a lane.
Yeah.
Follow it. We created it. This wasn't created for you. Somebody didn't say, "Hey, you're a point guard. You have to stay."
Yeah.
That's our job as coaches, as parents, as trainers, as mentors. We know everybody has a lane. Let's give you your own. So let's veer you off of what everybody else is doing and just give you just something different.
Like they say, play your position.
Yeah. We're going to give you something different from what everybody else is doing. We go to tournaments, kids are dunking. Okay, cool. Amazing. That's great. Let me give you something now that they're not doing. We just watch 15 kids dunk a ball in a tournament game. What did you do different?
Yeah.
You know what? You play better defense than every one of them 15 kids. You know what? Your mid range is better than every one of them 15 kids.
Yeah.
You know what? Your passing is amazing. Let's focus on that. And that's for every sport, every kid. Parents, coaches, trainers, we have to give each kid something different.
Got you.
I train, I coach, I mentor. I give every kid something different. I don't train every kid the same.
Exactly. Because every kid is different, too.
Exactly.
Like, okay, now, this is a question for y'all. Being coaches, and we talking about mental health, which is a big topic on this episode today. This is an absolute dope episode, and the topic as far as mental health is dope, and it definitely needs to be touched on. Hopefully, we can help somebody. You know, hopefully somebody hear this episode and it change them in a positive, better way, help them in a way that we may not even recognize. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So, one of the last questions before we end this, what I would like to ask you guys, because being coaches, you know, and I'm an outside looking in. I'm not the typical coach. You know what I'm saying? I never coached a team, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm y'all assistants. I assist y'all when y'all need Neil get the cones, Neil whatever, help the kids with this workout. That's what you know what I'm saying? Y'all are the coaches. So my question to y'all are, how we focus on the kids. Or you guys, this is directly towards y'all. And there's no wrong or right answer. Not trying to, but this probably can help different coaches. Maybe if y'all haven't tapped into this, maybe we can, or maybe other coaches will.
Sure.
How we focus on their athletic ability, how their layups is, or how they performing. Do y'all as coach, do y'all kind of try to focus on their mental health? Like, yo, or is it just strictly the sport?
So for me, my first thing is, I guess my first thing is, how are you with these kids? Oh, coach, I'm good. No. How are you doing? Like, everything, not just how you doing in the gym, how you doing, how's everything. Same question I asked the last couple episodes. That's been my focus is mental health. How is your mental health?
Okay.
I ask kids.
So you
how's
taking
your
that in
mental
the
health?
gym already?
I have to.
Okay.
I have to. I don't want to see any more kids pass away.
Got you.
So I have to take the initiative and say, how's your mental health? I have to take the initiative and say, what you say to me is between me and you. If you having struggles, I can help. If there's mental issues, I can help. If you can't talk to your parents, I got you. If you just want to vent and not hear me say a word, vent. And it's not just the kids, that's adults too.
I think that's the biggest thing. What you said was between me and you, and I think that make the biggest difference. Because a lot of the time, kids or people in general won't open up to anybody and hold a lot of stuff in and just blow up later. Because they don't have nobody, because it's not people keeping it between just him and them. Like he said, that's big right there to make it clear that this is not gonna go past me and you. This is a conversation for me and you. Because that's what a lot of people concern is like, okay, I can let you know my concerns or things that's bothering me that could be embarrassing me, but I still need to let it out. But then if you was what will embarrass me is by you spreading it out there to other people. So knowing that and being able to trust somebody, and sometimes you won't know that until you actually had that situation. You know that you done open up to this person and it's been just you and him. That'll make it. So I think that's big right there, especially for our youth. That's real big. And as a coach, that's why I was wondering. I never heard that, and that's good to know that. Definitely, that's something that he's starting it off what he said. How's you doing, far as how are you doing? Not the sports. How are you doing?
Yeah.
And then you could tell if a youngster is BSing, like, nah, something ain't right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm good, coach. But you know,
See,
I'm good, coach, with the head down. Nah, he's
and
not
that's why
good.
it goes back to at the end. Hey,
You know?
how are you doing? Oh, your head down. Okay. Now, how are you doing? Are you still? Talk to me. How are you doing? And then it goes into, you know what? If you want to talk between me and you,
Yeah.
Nobody around, me and you can have a side conversation. If it's something that you feel like me and you can talk to your parents about, cool, let's do it.
Yeah.
If it's something that you just want to talk to me and just vent, cool, do that too.
Yeah.
I want you to have some type of outlet. I have to be the outlet.
Yeah.
Your parent, we grew up. We've been there. Our parents are not an outlet.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not. It's not.
Because they're gonna continue to be a parent.
Yeah. If I tell my parents something, they're gonna be a parent.
Mm-hmm.
But if I tell my coach, my mentor something, they're gonna listen.
Yeah.
So every coach, first of all, get rid of the coach's title.
Yeah.
It's a title given for people with jobs.
Okay.
You're a mentor.
Got you.
You're not a coach. Coach is your job. It's not who you are. I'm a mentor. I'm not a coach. Coach is my job that these schools, that my program gives me. I'm a mentor.
Got you.
First. So as a mentor, that's when I help you with your mental side of things. Let's talk. Let's talk to me. Confide in me. Let me. I'll hold on to your issues. You give me your issues. I'll hold them. Let me deal with my side of it. You let it go. That's what our job is. It's not to be angry. It's not to be yelling at them. It's not to be telling them what they're doing is wrong or right. Listen. Listen first. That helps. Mental PTSD, depression, mental anxiety, all that. Listen first.
Yeah.
And that's not just for kids. That's for adults too. As adults, we so quick to tell, just like kids, we so quick to tell everybody's business to somebody else because we the first ones to hear about it. Opposed to just listening, just hold on to it. Be their soundboard. Let them get it out. And if they want to talk to you about it again, they will. People ask me so many times, why do so many kids love you? Why do so many kids love you as a coach? Because I'm a mentor. Every kid that rocks with me, I rock with them.
Yeah.
Every kid that confides in me, I give them me.
Yeah.
All of me.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm not a partial person.
Yeah.
You are not a partial. You're not a part. We give everybody that's around us, all of us, even if it affects us. So, mentors. We're mentors. We talked about it just recently, just one of our last episodes. You got kids that are like your kids because they're around your son, and now you raising them up to be young men. Teachers, same thing. You got kids, coaches. You got kids that are around you that your job is to raise them up to be young men and young women. Coaches, that's not a coach's job. That's a mentor's job.
Got you.
We are mentors. I really like this conversation turns into something different because I really dislike the term coach.
Okay.
Yeah, because that should, it really should
It's a
only stay
title.
with the sport part of it, not
Yes.
the human side.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
Got you.
You know, we gotta. Yeah, I think some coaches get stuck in systems, and this is what we do. And kids aren't getting it. They might be struggling, but the coaches know the system works, but the kids not getting it. But so now the kids are struggling, but they're not seeing that because they know the system works. So yeah, you're just not doing it right.
So
Something wrong with you.
You're not seeing what's going on before
Yeah.
they get there.
Yeah.
Because I'm so focused on my system. I got this system printed out. Coaches are robots just like they're training their kids to be.
Yeah.
My job as a coach is not to be a robot. My job as a coach is not to sit down and say, you know what, our school says we got to do it this way. My job is first, mentorship.
Yeah.
Mentorship.
Yeah.
We are creating the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
As parents, we're mentors. As teachers, as coaches, and we're mentors first. We have to focus on that.
Gotcha.
And if we can get all these coaches on board to mentor first and see the human side of these kids before we see the athlete side, these kids will grow up to be so much better. We got so many coaches that they're solely focused on the athletic side of these kids.
Yeah, and how the athlete can make them look. I know
You
that's
gotta pull yourself out of it.
Got you.
It's not about you.
Nope.
Coaching is not about the coach. Mentorship is not about the coach. Your program is not about you, coach. Stop making these programs about you. Make it about these kids.
Yeah. It's about the one you coaching, huh?
Yes. If we can't give them a place to feel empowered, safe, then what are we doing?
Exactly.
If a kid gets on the field, on the court, and they don't feel like they can do it, that's your fault as a coach.
Yeah.
Every kid that has rocked with me, that's been around me, we get on the field, we get on the court, they feel better.
Yeah.
I guarantee you're going to score. I guarantee you're going to be better than the next person. I guarantee I'm going to teach you something that next person don't have.
Not only do you want to push them, you want to inspire them.
That's
right?
it.
Yeah.
When do we inspire? When do we turn it on and say, you know what? It's not about me. Let's just inspire these kids.
That's why, me not being a coach just as I feel like I coach too. Like when it comes to my son, as far as the DJing, it's a lot of coaching
you
involved.
coaching.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like just as well as how we have to let them know, like when you messing up, I go big. It could be the smallest thing that he do dope, or I think that he done to help us in business. I'm gonna blow that up. To him, he be like, yo, that's big though. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to, So yeah, we definitely gotta, lift them up for the small things as well as the big things. You know what I'm saying? Like how you make a home run, that's big. But if you just make it to first base, that's just as big. Because maybe somebody else made it to home off of you just making it to first.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. That assist is big.
Exactly.
That help for the next person is huge.
Yeah.
And they got to feel like their assist is just important as a score.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You made me think about something. Going back to what you said about checking in, see how they're doing. I didn't do this until last semester when I started at Santa Cruz. Every day when a kid comes into them classroom, right before or after, they say the pledge, announcements, things like that. I sit right in front of the room. I usually, not every day, I usually do this on like a Monday because, you go through a weekend. You never know what happened through a weekend. We're back at school. So usually what I do is I just ask them, where are you at today? Are you a 1, 2, or 3? 3 being the best. 2, yeah, I'm all right. I'm cool, but I'll be all right. And 1 is I'm not in a good place.
That's kind of dope, though.
I do that without them telling me what's going on because obviously I don't want to need to know
Yeah,
all
but
your
you
business.
get
I
to
don't need
know-
everybody else knowing your business. Just where you at.
Yeah,
and
that's dope.
You don't have to say it. You can just show me because some kids, don't want to share. Don't want to speak out, but they're okay with, I'm a
Got you.
and that's fine because that cues me that, okay, well, when I get a chance, when I catch you, then we can talk about it, or I can check in a little bit more.
Yeah.
If they tell me they're at a 2, I'm like, all right, hopefully we get you to a 3 today. So there are some who are a 2 just to be a 2, because there's some who usually a 3, and for some reason they're a 2, or it can be sometimes they're 1, but for today it can be good or bad. But it's just where they're at, and it's just a way for me to figure out, okay, 3 they're good, that's fine. I still check on them, but those who have told me that they are a 1, it tells me that I got to show them a little bit more attention, talk to them, do something to at least try to get them to a 2. Because I always check in too later. And how you doing? You make it to a 3 yet? Or you make it to a 2 yet? And I do it that way.
That's dope, man.
Again, I definitely would like the kids to know and see that I do care. That I'm going to be here, because I know a lot of kids, they see adults run in and out of their lives, things like that. So for me, that's why it's important for me, especially, this year, to stay all the way through and be there for them. I came in the second semester last year, and, we had to adjust. By the time we adjusted together as a classroom, we got state testing, and we're getting ready towards the end of the year. So I didn't really have that time with that group. So that was a special group.
That's dope, man.
But this year, this is my class all the way through the year, so we can establish that a little bit earlier.
Gotcha.
So, so
that's dope, man.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm going to let y'all know, I think this is a dope episode, man. I think so many individuals can learn from this, as far as coaches, from the advice y'all gave, and the different things y'all been through, and the things y'all shared. Teachers as well.
For real.
Like, if I was a teacher, I'd probably definitely, especially being a new teacher, that'd be my first approach, to try to get where they at for the day. And that's a good way to do it. 1, 2, or 3. That's so simple and so, real too at the same time, And as far as parents, we done touched a lot of topics. Hopefully we can help one of the 3, coaches, teachers, parents, because I think this was super dope. The topics we told was super dope.
300%.
Yeah, definitely shout out to DJ MENTALZ, you know what I'm saying?
DJ MENTALZ.
We could say he definitely inspired this show, you know what I'm saying? Just his name as well, mental. It helped us when we talked about mental health awareness.
Yes, sir.
And, us talking about it, being around y'all, had me open up my mind to really have to tap into things I have been dealing with mentally. And sometimes it takes, brothers like y'all, we may block it out because we don't want to deal with it. And we don't realize it. But then, you know what I'm saying, y'all letting it know it's okay, and then I'm here to help you or to be there for you, made me open up my mind and like, yo, you know what I'm saying, to think about certain things and figure out if I haven't corrected, ways to correct it, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's big.
It's a dope episode. Y'all say this is episode number 5.
This is 5.
5?
Yeah, I think we're 5.
This is 5.
Man.
This is 5.
I think it's dope, man. I think the conversation, I like where we going. Like how I was telling you about my boy said he want to come sit down and do some intellectual conversation. That's definitely what this is. And we're going to bring him to Motivated Minds to have that intellectual conversation. You know what I'm saying? So definitely going to let him know, plug him in, and link that up, I love what we doing, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I enjoy being with y'all. It look like it's going to be a Sunday thing for us. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds right.
Man.
So, and this is dope. You know what I'm saying?
We work out and then we come in here.
That's what's up. Okay, I'm going to throw in the workout. Because I've been coming in here, but I haven't been throwing in the workout.
Yeah, you get
But, I'm going to throw that in. My back is feeling better, though, too.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Because I was letting y'all know.
Yeah.
I think I'm 100% now. So now I just need to get up.
Yeah.
To be honest. Just get my butt up and go. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And we know that
sir.
can be hard to start the day sometimes.
Yes,
but
sir.
Sometimes starting is always the hardest thing, but once you start,
You just going.
you're moving now.
It's a train effect. That train most start off slow.
Yeah.
Once it get going, though, ain't no stopping.
Ain't no stopping.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, it's good. We did good this episode.
And we talked about mental health, and this definitely helped me mentally to get up under y'all, chop it up, have a fellas conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get to sit with 2 great fellas that I don't get to do every day. You know what I'm saying? So Sunday, I can look forward to sitting with y'all
Shout
and
out to our
chop it up.
cameraman too.
Cameraman.
Shout out to the
Cameraman,
cameraman.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? DJ Lil Neil holding it down behind
Yes,
the
sir.
camera
Yes, sir.
today.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Mama. Mama came in. Well, she
Yeah, she
yelled
chimed in. Yeah, she chimed in.
Made me think about when I was on the field. I can hear you. Parents are
hear
yelling
that.
at their kids.
Yeah.
I always hear Mama in the stands. So shout out Mama too.
That's
Yes,
dope.
sir.
That's dope, man. But this is a dope episode, man. It's Motivated Mind Podcast, episode number 5. I'm DJ NS.
Yeah, Coach Q. Man.
Coach D.
And thank y'all for tuning in, checking out the content. Please subscribe to Motivated Mind Podcast. We want to build this up, get better content, more content, and keep the shit going. Sorry for the language, but I'm feeling good because I'm with my brothers.
Yeah.
Motivated Mind Podcast, episode number 5. Peace out.
Yes, sir.